When it comes to the island, staying hidden is key to survival on PvP servers, so we proudly present top 3 hidden underwater locations with full base designs on the island. So to start us off, coming at number 3, this can be found at 64.6 latitude and 9.6 longitude, and then here it is on the map. So as you can see, it can be found over on the left hand side of the map. Now this location is honestly a pretty decent spot if you are a smaller tribe. Now this location is definitely going to be a bit of a tight one to work with, however, you can still fit a ton of stuff in here. It's just that the terrain is going to be a little bit offsetting, so you're going to have to figure out how to do that. I would honestly just recommend putting some vacuum compartments a little bit higher up, so you basically start from the back and then you just build your way out of this little spot. That way you'll actually have it to where the terrain is not clipping through the bottom of it. But yeah, it's a nice decent spot and you have a good amount of room in here to work with. So let's see what we can do for a full base design. Now here is the full base design. As you can see, I decided to kind of keep a lot of things pushed back a little bit farther to make sure that nobody can really easily get up on that turret wall. Now if you're noticing what this weird looking turret tower thing over here in the corner is, basically there's no room inside of that little area for an indie forge to go, so I was like, hey, why not build a turret tower, but one that has an indie forge in it. So it's something new I'm kind of trying out. If you guys do like it, let me know. I think it's going to be a little bit weird though, I'm not fully sure about it, but there's nowhere else to really put the indie forge, so I was like, hey, why not build a little, turret tower out front. Anyways, coming over here, you have about 80 turrets on this wall, tons of techs, lots of heavies, along with this tiny little entrance. Now here is your entire area on the inside. You have some refrigerators right as you walk in, along with a cooker and a grill. There's a tech transmitter if you need it. If you don't need it, all good. I would take it out, use that area to maybe store some dinos or something. You also have a tech teleporter on the ground right there, along with a full vault wall over here. Now upstairs is a nice little incubator area. It's up to you if you want to use it for that or not. I just did it, but the only downside is that the cryopods are not out yet currently, but they're probably out whenever you're watching this video if you're watching it in the future. Anyways, if we come down here, we have our full crafting station, which has smithies, chem benches, and fabricators. It's a nice little crafting station. It's definitely one for a smaller tribe. However, you can build more platforms and add as many things as you want in here. You also have a nice little daddy storage wall along with a pretty good sized vault storage. I'm not even gonna lie, I was able to fit a good amount of stuff in here. It is very compact, so if you're looking for a more compact base spot, this is the one for you. And coming at number 2, this can be found at 10.3 latitude and 34.4 longitude, and then here it is on the map. So it can be found at the top left hand kind of corner of the map, a little bit towards the middle. Anyways, just look for these giant little pillar light things, whatever you really want to call them. I don't know what they are, but they're big, they're easy to spot, and that's how you'll spot this location. Now this spot is a little bit bigger than the last one, not a lot bigger, but I was able to fit a lot more stuff in here, which you will see in a second. There's a good amount of room in this back, and it actually spans pretty far back. The only downside is that it's a little bit slanted, so with the vacuum compartments, it's going to be a little bit tricky to get that. I recommend starting in the back again and then working your way out with the vacuum compartments so that you don't run into any issues with the terrain. You're going to have a lot of room that you are going to have to sacrifice, but that's really the only way to do it. Now here is the full base design. As you can see, I decided to go ahead and just build a really good sized turret wall and push it out a little bit farther. So basically it's got 3 layers of turrets along with a full line of ground turrets, and I always put more techs than heavies because having more techs is just a good idea. They're way stronger, they're harder to take down, and they do a lot of damage. Anyways, nice little turret wall. You can add a turret tower out front if you really want to. It's up to you. I only used about 50 turrets here, so I would highly recommend building something out here, but just know it's going to basically put your base out there a lot more for players to know that you're there if you start building a ton of stuff around your base. Anyways, once you're inside, it's honestly a nice, good sized base. You have a lot of open room, so it's not as compact as the last one, which I honestly personally love. That's how I like to build all of my bases, more open, so you have more room so you don't feel like you're just in a box. But anyways, whenever you walk in, you have all of the essentials, a full incubating station over here, along with some refrigerators, a bed, and some feeding troughs. Nice little thing, up to you if you want to keep that or not. You also have some fabricators, a replicator that I don't know how I was able to fit in here, but it does fit, so I would go ahead and try that. You have a vault, some daddy storages, some smithies. Then you have one indie forge. I was not able to fit any more than one. 4 chem benches, and then here's the area that I was talking about. We're gonna have to sacrifice some room. I put the tech Jenny down there. Honestly, makes her a pretty good spot for it, and not a lot of people are even gonna think that it's in there. But anyways, coming up top, we have some more storage up here, along with a ton of daddy storages. So if you're looking for some room for that, this is a good spot to put it, is upstairs. We have a couple vaults in here. I wasn't able to fit too many because of the mesh. And then along with that, we have a tech teleporter right there. Now back in this corner back here is our main vault area. You have tons of vaults back here, along with a tech transmitter and then some refrigerators. But yeah, so that's it for this one. It's honestly a pretty good one, but let's move on to number 1. And finally, coming at number 1, this can be found at 88.3 latitude and 92.5 longitude. And then here it is on the map. Now the reason why this one is at number 1 is because it is on the far corner of the map, and it is the biggest, meaning that you're going to have a lot of room for stuff to fit in here. So as you can see, it's right on the world border right there on the side, and you have a giant little entrance right here. Now it is a pretty good spot, however, defending this is going to be a little bit tricky because you have areas where they can really come in from all different sides. And as you guys might know, you're gonna have to build a giant turret wall to really defend this thing, so it's gonna be tricky, but it definitely came out really well. So anyways, let's get on to that full base design. Now here is the full base design. As you can see with the outside, we decided to build a massive turret wall. Like I said, this thing is absolutely insane. Tons of turrets. You have 100 turrets on that wall alone. With the turrets on the ground, of course, but it is around 100 turrets, which is just insane. This wall spans all the way up, and I was able to utilize a lot more space in here than I thought. So coming into this main entrance, it is tucked away in this little corner to make sure that nobody can really get in here, which is super nice. But coming in here, as you can see, the first layer is very well open. Now, not so much for the next layers, which you'll see in a second. But anyways, we have an incubator over there, a nice little tight area where you have a grill, cooker, and then your indie grinder right here. It does work, and you can walk through there, which is super nice. Over here, you have a daddy storage right across from your indie forgers and your full crafting station with your fabricators, your chem benches, and your smithies. Over here in the corner, you have a tech transmitter, then your tech jenny. You can put that tech jenny wherever you want. I just put it right there. You also have a vault, and then a bed. So yeah, not a bad little area on your first layer. So moving up to our second layer, as you can see up here, it is a little bit compact, but it definitely can work. It's mainly just a nice little storage layer, along with a replicator. Again, I don't know how these replicators can fit in here so easily, but they just can. So you have a lot of daddy storages, some refrigerators, preserving bins. It's kind of a mess, I'll admit that. But with the new update, building things and clipping things properly is a lot harder to do. So just kind of threw it in there as easily as I could, and you're still able to walk through, which is always good. Upstairs, it's like the same thing. You know, just more vaults, all that, but a little bit more room. So anyways, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. And anyways, thanks for watching.